Okay folks, here we go. Another day, another pattern. Go to pattern-collections.com to find patterns. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. Scroll. Oh, I'm not on the home page. When you're on the home page, scroll down to pattern focus. Oh, I wanted to make mention there is a new tab here. Go to patterns. That is the, I don't want to call it a challenge. It's not really a challenge. It's a journey, a go-to pattern journey of discovery. That for those of you who are, even if you're new, but those of you who are interested in exploring more about patterns and how you can incorporate them into your everyday work, this is an awesome thing. Start with week number 1 and move forward from there. You don't have to do every pattern every day, every single day. I mean, you can spread it out. You know, some people are taking 2 or 3 weeks to finish week number 1, and that's fine. But this is an interesting journey for those of you who don't want to, you know, do the daily pattern or in incorporation with the daily pattern. Really, really fascinating. And I'll do a different video on just that. But I just want to let you know it's there. Weekly string. I didn't do the first few patterns on a weekly string because I didn't have a weekly string. What did I do? Oh, I did my own thing, didn't I? Yes, I did. So I think I'm going to just continue with that own thing. I don't know what the weekly string looks like. Let me even look at it and see if it's anywhere similar to mine. Oh, not even close. Okay, so I'm not going to do the weekly string for this week. I'm going to continue with the kind of string that I was working on before, because I had to do some of the videos ahead of time and I didn't have the weekly string. So go to pattern focus. Here you'll find the patterns that I've already done, that I did ahead. These 3, the one for today, yesterday, the one for today, and the one for tomorrow. Those I worked on ahead. So today is Tuesday, but I'm going to start drawing Thursdays. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to start on those. That's what I'm doing. So just go in here, click on the one for the day that you want. The next one is going to be Florastella. And there we go. Oh, looks like it's going to be one of those ones I really like. Okay, let me zoom in. Florastella by Nina. It is a tangulation of Plum Lay. Well, why do you think I'm going to like this? Because Plum Lay is my tangle. Yay. All right, so you're going to draw a circle with some arms going around. Plum Lay has only 5. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one has 6. And then you're going to draw, it's missing a step. Step 2 is actually going to be here. Well, I guess it's not missing a step, it's just the way it's drawn. Okay, go in really, zoom it in. You're going to go here, and here, and here. Those 3 lines are the next step. And then it shows you coloring in those spaces. And then step number 4. This is going to be a little bit tricky, but we can do it. Is you're going to come up, and then you're going to come down, and then you're going to go across, sort of in a paradox fashion, but pretty big, not a skinny one. So you're basically going to paradox this shape, this little petal shape, and then you're going to round off. You're going to put round off and fill in. And I know that might seem kind of confusing, so that's why absolutely drawing it and showing you is the way to go. Here is a sample with variations. Here's one with it done this way, just like the step out, except for without doing the petal part. Here's one with doing the petal part but only going one direction. Here's one with it just blank. Here's one with stripes. So there are lots of variations with this. And here it is drawn exactly the way the pattern shows. And then this person's put little gems in there. That's pretty. So that's what we're aiming for. And we'll see. I know how to draw plum lay, so that's the easy part, since that's my tangle. Trying to remember, because it's been a couple of days since I drew anything, because I did these ahead last week, so it's been like 5 days since I've drawn anything. Oh yeah, my string went like this, right? And like that. And like this, and like this. That was my string. Like that, like that, like that, and like that. So, where do I want to start? I think I'm actually going to start I am going to actually put where I want the centers of my flowers first, which is not what I normally would do, but I want to know where things are going. I'm going to put the first one here. I want this one to be the one in the main flower. Do your spirally bits. I'm a little bit far out. Just scoot in a bit. And then you're going to do 1, 2, and 3. That's how the pattern shows it being done. So 1, 2, and 3, like that. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. And then the pattern shows it as actually filling this in, so I'll go ahead and do that for the first time. I'm not sure if I would do that for every single one, because this basically just gives it a nice big bold outline. Kind of the same as if you drew it like Plum Lee and then did an aura here like that, or an echo. Some people say aura, some people say echo. I tend to interchange it. Technically, an aura is where you go all around the whole thing, and an echo is where it meets a line like that. Okay, zoom in a little. And then we're supposed to go like paradox. So you're going to come like that, and 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 like that. Give it a paradoxy thing. That and that. Thin to thick, thin to thick, thin to thick. There's a tiny little bird just chirping away out there. Don't know if you can hear it. You might be able to. It's awfully loud. It's definitely spring. Although we are having a bit of a cold front going through, but okay, so that's that. It shows it with those swirls in it, but I made this so small, I'm not sure I can really get it in there and make it look good. So I think I'm going to leave this one like that. I'm going to make the next one bigger so that I have room for that. Like that. Oops, you can't even see it because I went out of frame. Like that, I made it bigger. And then I'm going to just do the whole plum lay thing without that extra stripe. And that one's behind. Like so. I don't really want that dark border, I don't think. So I'm going to do the whole paradox thingy. So how was your all's Mother's Day? I know it's been a couple of days, but I haven't been back to tell you how mine went. We had a good day. We went to church. I had a couple of nieces down visiting for the weekend, which is why I had to do my drawing ahead of time. That was nice to have them down. Normally they would be home with their mom on Mother's Day. However, their mom was not home. She was on vacation. So they came down and visited us, which was nice. Okay, so now I want to do this sort of rounding right here. And so spent the weekend with us Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. And then they went home Sunday morning before church because they wanted to beat the traffic, which I don't blame them in the least. But we went to church in the morning and then went to lunch afterwards with our usual church crowd. And came home and took a nap. That was nice. My son mowed the lawn. Oh, on Saturday, before I went to work on Saturday, the kids made me breakfast because they knew they weren't going to be able to do it on Sunday morning. So that was nice. And I say kids like they're little kids. They're not little kids. They're all grown. They just don't happen to be married and have families of their own yet, but they're all grown. I guess you kind of do want that dark on the outside. I'll go back and put it. Spent some time with Aunt Betty on Sunday as well. That was nice. Reminisced a little bit about my mother-in-law. See, I told you we were going to do something about my mother-in-law. Something like this. Oops, you're not going to see the end of that one. You might see a little bit of the end of that one. Am I way off? Probably. I just looked up and noticed I'm way off. Oops, I just kicked the camera leg. Sorry. I feel like I'm not quite in the right position. It takes a little bit of finesse to get the camera just in the right spot. And since the kids were coming, I had to, well, I left my stuff out because they were going to go to Universal Studios and they weren't going to be home. So I thought, okay, I can leave my stuff out because the kids don't care about my recording equipment out on the dining room table. Well, then Saturday, they went to Universal Studios on Friday. Then Saturday they did not, and they did not go anywhere like they usually would do. Didn't go to the movies, didn't go hang out anywhere. So they ended up playing games at the house, which is all well and good, but they needed the dining room table. So they moved all my stuff, and I wished I had just went ahead and packed up my own stuff because it took me a lot longer this morning to find all my supplies. I mean, it was all in a box. That was great. It was all contained in one box. But normally I would put my pens away in my pen holders and, you know, make sure my papers were stuck where they belong, and this was all just gathered up, I'm sure, by my son, because the girls, I think, would have been a little more tidy. and just plopped in a box. So yeah, it just took me a little bit longer. I'm not going to complain. I'm just stating facts. It just took me a little longer to get going today than it normally would. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that, and then I'm going to just do this. I like those petals going this way. It showed on that one sample. I like that. So I'm just going to do this. Oh, and Sunday my husband and I sat down, tried to plan some vacation stuff. That was nice. Oops, that should have gone this way. Darn it. It's always fun planning vacation. I will have to, on the week I go on vacation, I will have absolutely no internet or anything else. I will be unplugged. So I will have to do my drawings ahead of time. Probably not the daily tangles, just some of my bonus videos, and leave it at that. That's why I've been trying to do some of those. Okay. Something like that. I feel like this tile it needs something up here. I normally would do an odd number, but it really feels like it needs one up here. And I'm gonna maybe use one of these other tangulations. Maybe the one with the stripes. Do that. I think I want a thick line right there so I don't lose that petal. Like that. I don't know. So yeah, we were working on planning some vacations. My husband has some bike rides coming up, and one of them it's not super soon. It's way out in October. However, know, you got to plan these things way out, especially for like accommodations. I think I'm just going to do striping in this. And so the bike ride is in the same place one of our other bike rides were earlier this year, out in Palm Desert. So I got online and made a reservation for the same accommodations that we had last time, which is renting a home through one of those VRBO websites. Because when you're having a group of, there's going to be at least 6, probably 7 of us. When you have that many people, it's cheaper to rent a house than it is to do hotel rooms, especially in a resort area like Palm Springs or Palm Desert. So that's good, and it was the same house we'd rented before, so we know what the accommodation is like, and that's always a plus. That reminds me, I did that the other night, and I need to check my email to see if the reservation was accepted, because the homeowner does have the right to say, nope, you're not coming back. I don't think that will happen, but they do have that right, so I need to check. I want to put stems on these things. I'm not too sure why I want to put stems on these things, because I don't normally would not do that. But maybe it's because of this string. Yep, that's what I wanted. All right, this is Florastella. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this just on that side. And then I'm going to just do a little bit of shading. I'm not going to do a whole lot, actually. Maybe the middle of this one. Maybe on this one where it overlaps, perhaps. Then I'll see the overlap better. And what happened to my other blending stump? It seems to have disappeared. I will have to find it. I need to do this overlap. And I need to do this overlap. And that one. Okay. Okay, I've got to dig out the other one. Oh, there it is. I found it. Wasn't as buried as I thought. Just wasn't out on my table. Just that. I'm not doing a whole lot in the way of shading. Here we go. There's my little Florastellas. They're kind of cute. I like them. I enjoyed myself today. I'm going to get up and walk around a little bit. Sitting is becoming a bit painful. And I don't know, I guess walking is better for you anyway. So I'm going to get up, walk around a little bit, come back, do tomorrow's Tangle. So I will see you later. You guys have a great day. Go out and do something nice for somebody and make the world a better place. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.